Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid that can be lethal in amounts of only 2 milligrams. Due to its low cost, it is often mixed into other substances in order to increase how addictive they are. And it is because of this that we need to take a look into helping those with substance addiction in order to decrease the number of people that are killed by fentanyl. Substance abuse in the United States has been a widespread issue for many years. So maybe it is time we take a look at new ways of helping those with substance addiction. In the United States, the main stance the government has taken is arresting those who use illegal drugs. But that necessarily doesn't help the mentality that leads to substance abuse. For a counterexample, I'm going to use Portugal, as it is a country that has drastically changed the way it handles substance addiction from the way the United States does today to a new method that many argue is a more effective model. Where the United States model against substances can be seen as the use of fear to deter its people from using substances, Portugal decriminalized all illicit substances in July of 2001. To sum up the changes they made, they took all the money going into funding criminal prosecution and imprisonment of substance users and put all that money into counseling and rehab services. Some of those were therapy for those who use substances for mental health reasons, and others were services that aimed to connect people with a community that would support their recovery. What they saw were the exact positive effects we'd want to see and a great model to prevent substance addiction and abuse. Portugal saw a decrease in adult substance use, a decrease in substance related conflicts, and an increase in success in their rehabilitation system. This success means that they got some people from severe substance abuse to completely clean with full time jobs and a support system. There is a lot of psychological research that has gone into this topic in the past years since Portugal has made this change. The success of decriminalization models for substance addiction has been predicted or explained by a multitude of psychologists who aim to pin down why these changes help those dealing with addiction. One of the most prominent explanations is that by helping those suffering from addiction form connection with others, their focus is taken from having to use again to having better things to do. Portugal's method for this was to place patients in workplaces and pay half their wages. This allowed for those recovering from addiction to have something to do every day and help them form bonds essential to the recovery. Another way that some scientists explain this method working is that it treats people with humanity. Often, especially in places with worse punishments for substance abuse than the US, the response from the country's government propagates the use of substances in people because they don't feel like they're worth getting better. Portugal's method may work by reversing that statement. Previous substance users in Portugal don't have nearly as large of a decrease in self-worth after recovering, and this is a great after effect for a system that aims to re-involve people into modern society. Johann Hari has a very powerful section of his book involving how even though it's legally and financially possible for many people, those people don't spend their lives getting drunk at all times. He brings us into the idea that we all have reasons to be present in our own lives. As he says, you're not going to do that. And the reason you're not going to do that is not because anyone's stopping you. It's because you've got bonds and connections you want to be present for. Regardless of the exact reason why, scientists are starting to see how a change in our reaction to people who have a substance addiction may be some of the solution we are looking for to prevent people from dying of an overdose, especially from substances as dangerous as fentanyl.